Hello everyone and welcome back to the round 2 final round of the 2022 Bang & Chain Open. We got myself, Matt Vassil, and Sam Wheeling here in the booth. Commentary, same as last round.
Yeah, appreciate you coming back and doing this again.
For sure. Yeah, it was a long ride back.
Yeah, so you can see lead card. We have Tyler Horne, shot 11 down, Team Discraft. Matt Vassil, hey, that's you. On Team Bang & Chain. Jordan Infield, also at 8 down with Michael Holland, and they are sponsored by Team Infinite and Hazy Shade.
Shout out Pure Flight Productions for the coverage of the event. Right now, pretty good grouping at the top. A lot of scores are pretty close. Tyler's 2 ahead, but other than that, really close to each other. Still only one's game.
Yeah, starting back at hole 1, 596 feet, par 4. Just like a lot of the course that you'll see later on, it's going to be a placement shot for your tee shot.
It is.
A lot of the players will mainly try to throw something a little overstable to try to get to that left side tree line, but we had a very beautiful day for round 2.
Absolutely. To be honest, the wind was kind of dying down compared to round 1 at this point.
Okay.
It really wasn't that windy at this point, which is nice. Not complaining.
You're going to know more than me. I was TDing.
Sure.
You got to enjoy the beautiful weather. But at the same time, we had a full field, so there was no room for me to play even if I wanted to. Tyler looked to go maybe a little long than he wanted to.
That's
drive.
such a common mistake. People are scared of that left side tree line, so he just pushed it a little bit too far off the tee.
I believe this is Matt Vassil.
How'd you know?
Your name's on your shirt.
Oh, nice.
Nice. It still looked windy. You said it was.
It was less windy than round 1.
Okay.
It's still windy.
So you're in what we would say is a great spot.
Yeah, left side for sure.
And this is Jordan Infield. Again, he is on Team Infinite. Jordan is a course designer, so he's been designing. I think he's on his 6th course, 5th or 6th course.
Absolutely. We were talking about that quite a bit. I know he says he likes to do at least one course a year. He says he's absolutely loving it.
Yeah. And here's Team Hazy Shade member Michael Holland. So I've seen him at a lot of events. I've never actually got to play around with him yet, but I've been told he's a happy guy.
Yes, very happy guy. Super positive the whole round.
Right. That's always good to have something like that, especially second round.
Yeah, for sure.
80 degrees. A lot of guys that I saw coming through with about 6 holes left in the round.
Absolutely.
You could just see they were drained.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he got to that one tree that you want to be past.
Yes, he just needed an extra 5-10 feet.
And Jordan
turns it over a little bit too much. Great tree. Such a great tree.
There is a creek on the left that runs down this.
Yep.
So you say it's a great tree, he was heading
close
for that. Yep.
Yeah. To be honest, I want to be a little bit further right. I think I'm out of the norm on that. I like not being able to see the basket and just throwing the hyzer, and I threw it as if I was on the right side.
I can see.
Not a great shot.
So you are behind the tree you want to be behind.
Yeah. And Tyler, although he did push really far, he was fortunate enough to put himself in this gap. So if he's a little bit shorter, a little bit longer of that, he did not have this gap to go through.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's actually where the short pin is, but we haven't seen the short pin there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Jordan got a really nice tree.
He really did.
So that should be an easy
up and
in.
down. Yeah.
Yep. And again, a lot of these players, they're going to want the 3 on this hole.
Sure.
But a par 4 is acceptable. I thought he was about to bang
that was a
that
good
in.
looking run, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The camera angle from here, I thought this was in the long pin.
Yeah.
Because it just looked like it was about
sure.
brush. Ooh, that was a nice straddle putt there for you.
Yeah, but a little too much oomph on it.
Yeah. Well, you're again trying to get that 3.
Sure.
It's the second round. This event did have $1,000 added cash. The winner was walking away with, I believe it was a little over $700.
Mm-hmm. It's good motivation.
Yeah. Well, everybody's chasing that number 1 spot.
Absolutely.
And a good putt for you to at least clean up your par.
Absolutely.
And get on
the hole too. Yeah. Looks like a bunch of tap-ins for par, most likely.
Yeah. And again, you're not mad at the par, but if you have a really good clean drive, you definitely want to attack for that birdie.
Like I said last round, if you stay clean, you're not going to see a ton of bogeys if you're staying clean. Getting into the woods on the left side is where you're going to start seeing bogeys and doubles.
Right.
Moving on to hole 2, 508 par 4. Just like last round, you just want to go straight. Straight is the goal. Once you get to that point, pretty straightforward up and down for the approach. But
except all the trees.
Except for all the trees. If you pretend trees aren't there, super easy hole.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's still a couple trees there.
And I believe this is the same disc that Tyler threw the first round. Was that a scorch?
I think it might have been. I didn't look
Okay.
at it close enough there. I'm going with a little bit flippier Buzz SS, just trying to go straight.
Yeah, something, again, throwing something smooth and just up the gap is all you really want to do.
I agree.
And I'll be honest, Tyler's kick to the right is a lot better than kicking to the left.
Yes, kicking to the left on this hole is bad.
Yeah. It's very thick on the left, and there's a road on the left.
Yeah. Jordan going more that right side gap.
Which is fine.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the safe play,
Yes,
actually.
I agree with that.
It's just trying to land over there on the right side. Again, you can see a lot of trees had come down over the course of the fall, and they're huge. And this area usually retains water pretty well, so they're waiting for it to dry a little bit.
Michael goes a little bit left, but it pushes pretty far. A lot further than we thought it was off the tee, at least. Tyler with a awkward stance with that down tree. And I do believe that this one is a scorch.
That is a really good out.
I thought it was fantastic.
That is
Yeah.
a standstill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how far he was trying to go.
Well, he's trying to go to the basket.
Oh, well,
He
yes.
probably was trying to throw it in, actually.
Probably. Surprised he didn't.
Yeah. Looks like Jordan's lined up for a roller.
Roller, yeah. He had a couple tree. That one tree, I think, got in his head on the way.
Well, and so the good thing is the grass was a little thick, so it looked like it slowed it down a little
For sure.
bit.
Absolutely.
Coming back up the hill.
Because where he is, he's got to run for the 3, if not too bad of a 4.
Again, the 4 is, you're not mad at the 4. It's just, if you can get a 3, get it.
Michael doesn't get the best luck, but it at least kicked him right.
Right. I thought you were throwing from his disc there for a second. I was like, look at that.
Good. We were pretty close to each other.
Yeah. And playing the skip. I was actually like 20 feet to the right when you made this, and I was like, good approach.
Yeah, I was happy with that one.
So when the second round started, this course started to pick up.
Yes.
We teed off at 145, and everybody was out.
Sure. This would be the best 3 of all time.
Oh, wow.
And really close.
Just right over the basket.
Yeah.
That was a good looking putt, though. I've been watching a lot of people's putts.
That looked good,
that
too.
was what it,
Absolutely.
And I've been watching their hand placement. I've started to notice where people put their thumb when they're putting.
Sure.
And now it makes me want to go back and look. Because my thumb is kind of close to the edge, and I've noticed a lot of people's thumbs are getting close.
Look at that par save.
That's beautiful.
Such a good par save.
And then again, I didn't know about his second shot.
Sure.
So to me, I thought he had birdied that hole.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is great.
Absolutely. Yeah, to not be out of the gap, throwing 3.
Right. And
Fantastic
still getting
par
a par.
save. Absolutely.
Yeah. Good putt by Tyler.
Yeah.
The goal here is to see gray or green on the scorecard, guys.
Yep.
No reds today.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting into the shade. It was a very hot day, so
which felt real good.
really good.
Absolutely.
The only downside about playing LPO is that you start on hole 1, so the shade is gone after the first 5 holes.
Yep.
So you can see here lines of trees on hole 3, 408 feet, par 4. It is slightly uphill. A beautiful, beautiful hole. This hole here is the most picturesque hole we've got on the whole course.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and you can see here it is lines of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Just dead straight. So it looks like you're lining up with a forehand. Probably got a little higher than you normally want to, but the tree cake wasn't too bad for you. It's actually a nice cake. What'd you throw?
Force. My most stable force I have.
Okay. Did you guys? I don't know if there was much wind on this side of the hole.
This hole, I don't think there was too much.
Okay. Wow. Barely missed that tree.
Tyler throwing a scorch on this one, and the only reason I know that is because he pures it pretty much, turns around and says, that's a beginner disc. I was like, hey, if you throw it like that, Doesn't matter what kind of disc it is.
You know, and running our bang and chain shop, we have a lot of people that come in and we try to explain to them about throwing what we call beginner friendly and learning how to throw power.
Absolutely.
Right, to get the glide out.
For sure. But I think that's a great example. Like, Tyler throws far, and he's still using a disc that you see a lot of beginners use too. He just knows how to throw it. He knows how to use it.
That's the experience for you.
For sure.
Jordan did kick off a tree. The mistake he made going right is actually not a bad mistake in my mind.
I agree.
If you go right, it's a little bit more open. If you go left, it's just there's for some reason that line to come back is much harder.
Sure. It also kind of depends on what kind of approach you want. Like, I definitely prefer a forehand approach. I know a lot of people prefer the backhand approach, so depending on which.
And I would prefer
the
backhand. And you kind of see Michael's just a little bit there, skip towards the basket. That's why I'd rather be right side, because you can play that skip line. And Jordan trying to get back over there to the basket.
I think he just released it a little bit too early.
Yeah.
I got a little bit further up than I realized off the tee. I definitely had a good skip off good kiss off the tree off my drive.
Yeah. And again, it can happen, you know.
Sure.
So I had to patrol these holes. We kind of talked about this a little bit in the round one coverage, but there were a lot of bird watchers out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And especially off that drive, like if you barely kiss that tree, it's sailing one direction. It's really hard to predict.
Yep. As I tell them, we can control them coming out of our hands sometimes.
Sometimes.
We cannot control them hitting off a tree ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Tyler's look for 2.
Oh, wow.
He got really far up there. Pretty much been high.
Yeah. That's that would have been a really good 2. Definitely rewarded with an eagle.
Absolutely. Michael just a little right side.
And you can see, I mean, it looks like the wind is definitely roaring by the basket.
I remember the wind picking up on this hole, at least at the end.
Oh, good run. Just a little high. Jordan, you can tell, is a little frustrated at his round right now.
For sure.
I know some of these guys have definitely, they know what it's like to be recorded.
Sure.
And this is just a local beat here for us, but you're still going to be on camera. And
Tyler's not going to be that happy with that.
Yeah. I'd say round one coverage, if you go back and watch it, you never saw putting.
He was on pole every, absolutely.
Yeah. You can see kind of behind Jordan, they are, I forgot what they said, but they're not LARPing, but they just reenact.
Yeah.
Like war.
I just want to know who the drum guys were, because they were low-key killing it. We were out there jamming for a while you were throwing. Not the best.
There was a guy cracking a whip as well.
Like, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
There was someone about to tee off, and you just hear the whip crack, and they were just like,
wow.
And looking at me, and I was like, I can't, I can keep people off the course.
Sure.
But I can't tell them to not do what they're doing at the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, we know Tyler's not too happy about that par. Especially with the drive for a 2.
For sure. Going on the hole 4, 282-foot par 3. You're going to see the drone take this inside gap. You're going to see people either decide that inside gap with the forehand or the outside gap. I usually try to go for the inside. I feel like it favors the skip a little bit more.
Yeah, the forehand play, you have to play for the skip.
You have to.
Because if you think it's, that's almost perfect.
Pretty happy with that too. Mm-hmm.
The forehand is going to skip. It's going to happen.
Yeah, no matter what, unless you're hitting a tree.
Did you know that was going to happen?
I did not. I apologize. Well, I did, but I did not remember that.
That is, I mean, honestly, it's the only mistake that you're really going to make on this hole.
I agree.
It's hitting an early tree.
And it happens all the time.
Yeah.
There's just so many trees that you have to dodge on this hole.
You can be as local as you want, and those trees are
still going to be there.
They're still going to be there, yeah. There's actually, what's crazy is there's a backhand hyzer line on this hole as well. You won't see it that much. Usually you'll see the forehand play or maybe a backhand turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the forehand play, like, at worst gets you you can get up and down for the 3 pretty easily.
And Jordan had a good tee shot there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like even this, like even if you hit a tree, it's just
like Tyler's still in a fine position. Yeah.
Is he gonna throw this in?
I thought so. It looked pretty much perfect.
It's kind of like that disc out of Blake's bag. If we take that out of his bag,
yes.
how many rating points does he drop?
For sure.
Wow, that was a,
It's a good looking
that was
bid from
good-looking
Jordan,
bid, yeah.
for sure.
It looks very comfortable with an Annie, but
Yeah.
I've tried them. I'd rather just try
They're
to throw
hard.
it in with the
Yeah,
Scooby.
they're not easy. Michael here for 2.
Just
a
low.
little bit low. And Tyler here to clean up a par.
There you go.
That's the putt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anytime you hit an early tree, if you can say par on here, you're
Yeah,
happy.
absolutely.
As sometimes we would say, it's a must get. You want the 2,
You do, but you also don't want a 4.
but you do not want a 4. No. Good birdie. So it looks like you're on you've got a turkey going. It looks like,
I do.
and it looks like you've taken the lead.
I have.
This is going to be a very exciting round.
These first 6 holes they're all tough. They're all gettable.
But you got to play clean.
You do have to play clean.
Hole 5, you can see. I mean, 675 feet downhill,
Yep.
and then trees everywhere.
Everywhere.
There's just nowhere to go.
You cannot
right
avoid
here
'em.
is where you really want to land. You'll see a lot of people try to land there. And the drone. I mean, the drone has to go in and out of trees.
Yeah.
That just tells you how it is.
That drone
and then,
looked
of
pretty
course,
impressive.
right to the basket. The trees behind the basket are maybe 5-10 feet.
Yep.
So even on your approach, if you hit one of those trees, you're still tapping in for
Yeah.
hopefully a par. But we know you really want the birdie.
For sure.
So the right side is going back into the tree line. So you're basically acting like you're playing hole 3 all over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's just get as far down there as possible. Get to the right.
And again, there's a wide open gap there that if you can lay there, it's a really good spot to be.
Tyler's going for, I think, a somewhat different play here.
Okay.
He's going for that right side and then hyzering back through.
Tree stopped him a little bit.
That was
but
that was the last one that he had to beat.
The fun to do on this hole is throw a backhand roller, which are really good. They're hard to make work though.
Yeah.
What?
He got right through. Right through.
Wow. At first I thought I was just gonna hit those trees and sit, or maybe turn to a roller, but
Sure.
he got a really nice finish.
And I was talking to Michael about that too. He says he definitely prefers the forehand over the backhand. He's still starting to feel comfortable with the backhand.
Okay.
But watching him throw the forehand, he has a whip of a forehand.
Yeah.
Like it goes.
Ooh, that took a bad kick. There's a fence line left, so it looks like he's just short of it.
Yeah. Roller out.
But he is into the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good roller though.
It kept moving. It nestled up in not the greatest position. He
Right,
still has
but he
that
got
low
him back
ceiling.
to where his quote unquote the landing place
Yes,
would have been.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
And roller again.
yeah, if you can throw him, throw him.
Absolutely.
It looks like he got stopped by a tree.
Yeah.
On the way down, but again, from where he was to try to get up and down,
Sure.
is about all you can do.
I was about 2 or 3 rows to the right. I only want to be 1 row to the right, so it definitely faded more than I wanted it to.
Yeah, are you throwing back at the people on hole 2?
Kind of. A really overstable Raptor. I was
Okay.
trying to get it fade in, but
Just a normal Raptor, not the captain's Raptor.
no.
Okay.
I've had that Raptor for a long time. The most stable Raptor I've ever thrown.
Yeah. How's he getting? The grass was so thick.
It was super thick,
And
yeah.
he's getting skips.
Mm-hmm.
And this was Tyler's drive. Wow.
Yeah, it's a great drive. I think this is a captain's Raptor for Tyler.
Okay.
And it looked perfect. I think it was just an inch too long.
Okay.
It got cut up by those last trees, last bushes.
But
Stopped them a little bit short.
he's still putting for a break.
Definitely still putting,
Yeah.
but I thought it was going to be under the basket.
And Jordan just throwing to get this hole over with.
Yep. Gets through.
This hole is definitely I would say the hardest hole.
I think it's the hardest hole. I think technically hole 9 played toughest according to par.
Yes.
Um,
and that hole is just...
You're just not seeing many 2s on
Yeah.
it.
That's a good approach.
Absolutely. But I think that this hole requires 2 of the best shots on the course.
Come on, cameraman, hurry up. There we go. Catch cam's ready to catch it. Are you trying to skip it in?
No. I was trying to land a little shorter of that.
That's your bang a chain stamp zone, isn't it?
It is. I've had that zone for a long time.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, you have to give it a bid.
Yeah.
again, this was right around 2 o'clock, so it's probably the hottest it's going to be all day.
Yep.
A lot of guys.
It's a good putt from Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think he's mad at the
No.
score because his tee shot, how far back he was.
If you're in the woods on the left side off the tee,
Yeah.
a 5 is a good result.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're going to go home and write to mom and be like,
Mom, you will not believe the 2 rollers I just threw.
Yeah. And again, taking a par on this hole.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It really is fine.
You're bag putting? You're so confident.
I've missed a few in my day.
Yeah. That's learned.
I still do it, but moving on to hole 6, 300-foot par 3 downhill. My favorite tee shot to throw. I don't think I'm that great at it, but I just think it's a very fun shot to throw.
It's a finesse shot.
It is.
You can't go too long. You can see there's a creek behind it,
Yep.
but I agree. This is probably one of the.
I just think it's fun.
Besides hole 13, this is my second favorite hole.
See, I don't like throwing 13.
We'll see why I like it later.
Sure. So I go jawbreaker zone off of it, put it on an ante, hoping that it fades back some. It does. Tyler with a similar play, also going with the zone.
I believe he threw the exact same zone the first round.
Yep.
Maybe a little more ante this time.
But it stables up pretty quick.
Yeah. It's probably like a brand new one. He probably just put it in his bag yesterday.
Sure.
Or by yesterday, I mean the day before the event.
Yeah.
If he did it yesterday, he'd be late.
Mm-hmm.
So the forehand play, I see this a lot. The only downside I can think of the forehand is if you throw something a little too overstable and you end up with stuff on the right.
Yeah. This hole has definitely seen more opening up in the past year or two.
Yeah, we've had some trees come down, of course, on the course.
Because that forehand line wasn't there.
As the course gets played, of course, you know, most of the shrubs are getting, kind of trimmed up and cleaned up a little bit on the course.
And I think Jordan hit probably the most commonly hit tree on this hole. It looks really fantastic out of your hand. Hyzer's a little bit too early.
And then, boom, there's a tree.
Yep.
Just needs that to sit.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. So easy par.
Yep.
Ooh, Jordan's got the tough.
He's got a decision,
yeah.
yeah. And it's hard being in this position, being on lead card and not running it, which he absolutely runs it.
Yeah, I mean, he's unfortunately has 2 bogeys already on the round, so he's definitely looking to get that.
Playing a little catch up,
Yeah.
Tyler here from Circle's Edge, maybe?
Yeah.
It's a little high.
Yeah. And you might be able to hear some of the people behind us, behind the cameraman, but
yeah,
his park was very busy.
It was.
Good
comebacker.
Yeah. I thought you were already putting. I was like, you're about as fast as Brad Schick over here.
No.
We can't laugh at that putt.
No, that was a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
A little high left.
You did get holes 2, 3, and 4, so those were really good birdies to get. This one would have been icing on the cake as far as the birdies to get.
Yeah.
But hey, you're still 12 down right now.
Sure.
Total for the tournament and 3 down for the round.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming 3 down through the first 6. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy if I'm not +2.
Sure.
The first 6.
First 6 are tough. All 6 of them have some kind of really hard aspect.
Because in my head, if I get a bogey on 2 and a bogey on 5, but I can birdie 4 and 6.
Sure.
I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Hole 7 here, 225 feet. There is a mando on the tree on the left. Drop zone if you miss, and then it just goes left.
Yep.
And it's not like a dog left. It's more of like a 45.
It's like an awkward left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it so hard too.
Yeah. And there are a few guardian trees for the hyzer play.
Yes.
But the hyzer play is also the play.
Yeah. I don't think I saw many today, but that forehand force over and where it comes back is also it's a good way to get to 2.
So I had a guy that played a practice round, and he threw a tomahawk to where it would hit the top of the dirt mound and just skip left.
Yeah, I like that play. That's fun.
Yeah. I also don't have that in my repertoire.
Me
so
neither.
I can't
I'd
do
be
it.
missing
But
the
when he
Mando
did
all
that
day.
as a shot, I was like,
Interesting.
Okay, we learned something today.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of nice watching some of these guys that are, definitely over 1,000 rated. That branch.
Yep, that branch gets hits pretty often.
Watching some of these guys that are over 1,000 rated, you really get to see some lines on a local course
that you wouldn't think
that you
of.
probably would never think of.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like Michael Holland probably plays almost as fast as Brad Schick.
He did play fast.
Yeah. He's like, I already got off throw. Let's go. Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's a good feeling to be able to walk up to a hole and be like, yep, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah. This card, there was only 4 on this card, but most every card had 5.
Had 5, yeah.
Yeah. So, again, we had a full field of 8. It ended up being 88 players on 18 holes. So, it was a very, very full field.
Which, even with our 4 people, that I thought we played pretty quick. I don't think we ever caught people in front of us.
Your cameraman was experienced. Usually,
That's true.
that could slow you down a little bit. But when you're having good rounds and your cameraman knows the course really well, that does make it a little bit easier.
For sure. Once again, shout out Pure Flight Productions for the coverage.
Did his disc is leaning like?
Yeah, it hit a tree on the left and kind of like rolled and then stopped again.
That might have been a good tree for him.
Oh, it was. He set it immediately too.
Yeah. So Jordan's got a tough putt. That's really more of a jump approach, probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he made it, it would have been bonus.
And Michael's got this awkward leaning tree in his way.
Yeah. This tree literally fell over like a day.
Yeah. Right before.
Right before. I like it though, going over, trying to come back up, go around.
For sure.
And this is your birdie putt?
Yep.
Oh wow, good putt.
I'm happy with that too.
It looked like it wanted to come out.
It did.
It stayed.
Well, last round I hit it dead center and it popped right back out on me.
Oh, so you had to make sure to hit chains this time.
Last round was a much better putt, I thought, but it evens out. I'll count it.
Again, there's no pictures on the scorecard.
There are not, unless.
Yeah. And everybody else just tapping in, walking away. Again, this is not a bad 3.
It's not.
But if you get a 2, it's a bonus 2.
Yes, it absolutely. Definition of a bonus 2, I think. Because you have to throw a good drive, but you also have to get lucky at the same time.
Right. Yep.
On the hole 8, Mando on the right side, trees and fence down the left side. That definitely come into play. Low hanging branch off the tee as well, so you really can't throw too high. You can see the wind. You just have to throw straight.
It's straight is the easiest shot in disc golf, right?
No. I wish. Should be, like in theory.
Oh,
Makes
wow.
sense.
Good drive.
Yeah.
That's one of those putts that we say if you miss it, we're going to punch you.
Yep. Yeah. We'll see.
I don't think we want to see. So this looks much better of a play. If you haven't
Absolutely
watched
perfect.
round 1 coverage, go back and watch
Sure.
watch this hole and see how differently he plays it. It's much better this round.
I don't know why, but I feel like this is the most daunting tee shot to me. And I honestly, I don't know why.
So if you think of it like hole 2, the gap off the tee
Sure.
is just kind of narrow.
Sure.
But realistically, it opens up on the backside.
Yeah.
So I think it's because you want the 2,
Yeah.
because it's, again, 276 feet.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
a
you're
2,
like, I should be
right?
getting it. Yeah.
But it's because just the tee shot, there's a Mando.
For sure. It's true. And with a hole like hole 2, if I par it, it's like, that's okay. It's a really hard hole. With this one, I'm not as okay with
So
the par.
Jordan didn't look too happy with his tee shot. However, if you're going to make a mistake,
Sure, that's the mistake.
make the Mando.
I agree.
Right?
I
Missing the Mando is not the mistake you want to make.
And he still has a look at it.
Right. The camera angle can't tell too much, but this is a downhill putt.
Very, very downhill, yes. Which that's the mistake you're going to see from downhill putts. Just too high.
Yep.
But with a great comeback.
That's a good save, yeah. It can get thick in there if you
Yes.
don't kick in the right spot.
Yeah.
I've been in there, trust me, it's not a fun time. And it looks like Tyler Horne getting his first birdie of
Yeah, lots
the
of
second
pars.
round.
First
Yeah.
birdie.
Stupid,
that awkward
stick. Yeah.
Right in his face.
But good way to concentrate on that putt.
For sure.
And good 2 for you.
A couple good 2s on that hole.
Yeah. All right, hole 9. This is the last hole, of course, on the front 9. This hole is 455 feet, par 3. This hole here it's a simple hole, to be honest. It's just straight. It's slightly uphill, but once you get past the first 2 trees, it's flat.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the players will try to go straight up the gap, but there is a right side hyzer that you can take if you're just trying to play it smart. And
So you say it's a simple hole. I wanted to make it not simple.
yeah, I see that. No, we call that a layup.
Yeah.
You wanted to throw from a shorter tee that doesn't exist.
For sure.
Yeah. You definitely. I think he crests the hill. We'll find out when we get up here.
We will see.
Tyler Horne, he has the arm to get the distance.
Yeah, if you saw him last round, he was pin high, just
Yeah.
a tiny bit right.
Looks like he, again, smart disc golf,
Yes.
fixing a mistake for him.
Yeah. He was a little bit shorter this round, I think, but more on mine.
Yeah.
Definitely still has a look.
Yeah. And looks like
Michael making a very similar mistake.
Yeah, looks like you two are trying to get closest to the tee pad.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got Jordan to see if he's going to get furthest from the tee pad or closest.
It's a battle out there.
Yeah. When it gets hot outside, and that's just a good rip. Easy hyzer to get out into the field.
It's got that one tree on the left side that he might be a little bit behind, but it kind of depends how far he got.
Yeah. So you would think this is a bush that
Yeah.
he is throwing from,
Nope.
but really this is half of a tree that is
Has
still
grown.
alive,
Yep.
basically.
One of the strangest trees I've seen.
Yeah.
He did have some awkward footing. He was like pretty deep in there. I know it's kind of hard to see on
When
camera.
it's probably hard to throw a patent pending from
That-
that spot
I agree.
to that distance that he needs to go. And looks like you got a little bit over the hill.
Barely, yeah. I spent a while on this shot. I hadn't land. I don't think I'd hit that hill in a while, so I had to really think about what I wanted to throw.
Welcome to playing local.
Sure.
The
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
mistake you can play is you walk up to a hole and you already know what you're going to throw just
For
because
sure.
of
You've done it
normally
1,000
playing the
times. Yeah.
It looks like Jordan again, just an easy approach.
Yeah. Luckily, he landed a little bit short of that guardian tree that was right in front of him.
Yeah. And they had just mowed this hole, I
Yes.
think, a couple of days before,
Yep.
so the grass clippings were
Hiding discs.
Yeah. Oh, is he gonna throw us in?
Pretty close. Wow. There's a lot. There's been a lot of
really good throw.
Yes. Tyler here for two. Another two look.
Looks like he's just right past the edge of circle one. So yeah, that's a good run though.
Mm-hmm.
Nice forceful putt there. You wanted to make sure it stayed.
Had to stay.
This hole here, like I said, it's too short to be a par 4.
Yeah.
And it's too long to be a par 3. So par 3 is what it is. Wow, look at that. Didn't even need chains.
Got to give a shout out to Calvin Caldwell, who I think two'd it both rounds.
Oh wow.
I think.
That is very impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even just doing it once, super impressive.
Now, if you threw it in from 100 feet out both times,
Sure.
that
Different story.
Definitely, yeah. So it looks like they're going to tap in their putts here to wrap up the front nine.
Couple threes. Michael with the 4.
Yeah.
Just had the unfortunate kind of roll away.
He's still smiling though.
Oh yeah, he's super happy the whole time. So after the front 9, I find myself in first by 2. Tyler right behind at 12 down. Michael and Jordan struggled a little bit on the front, but definitely still plenty of time to come back.
So we kind of see here, wrapping up the top 4 currently, Vassil, Tyler Horne, Calvin, who you just mentioned, and Trey Martin, all making a push to be in the top 5.
For sure. So join us on the back 9 coverage to see how the Bang & Chain Open plays out.